If you had to give that a black or white statement, is this good for a marriage or bad for a marriage? Go ahead. You're on the internet now, 1,000+ people watching.
I'm not going to give you the answer that you want.
I wouldn't give that answer either.
Simply because life, you just said it yourself maybe like an hour or two ago, that life is not black and white.
If you're going to overtalk me, you can't stay. Okay. So, question for the men. Is your wife... Is that okay for your wife?
That ain't my wife. Are you fucking kidding me?
So I just want to raise your hand. Is anyone okay with that for a wife?
Mr. Female Dating Coach?
He's okay. Why don't you put your hands up?
Absolutely not okay.
Absolutely not okay. Okay. Not okay.
So then do women's opinions even matter?
Oh,
their opinions do matter, but in this is haram. Like this is like the Christian. What's the Christian version of haram? That's also that. This is bad in every single religion. This is not okay. And you know what the biggest problem about this? It's not about her doing it. It makes Steph Curry look like a fool.
Horrible.
Look like a fool. Like, hey, bro, I saw you missed that 3-point. You know what? That's why your wife posts naked photos on Instagram, bro.
Guys, one second. I got to read super chats because we just got a bunch from Thane. We've missed you. Where have you been? Thane is a big super chatter in the space. He says, lady saying she is not showing anything is beyond lost. Hashtag modern producer camera habit fun. Stop it. Blessing. I just wanted to read those because those were big ones. Let me refresh this. Also, guys, make sure you like the video. A like is the most important metric that YouTube uses to push out these live streams. So if you like these videos and you want other people to see them, how many likes are we at, King? How many likes are we at?
717.
Thank you. Okay, 717, guys. If we get to 1,000, I'm gonna be nice. If we get to 1,100, we'll open up the chat. Also,
do it.
Yeah. Also, okay, I'm gonna read the rest. Ermywood 2004. We are statistics, and we are every part of statistics. Also, both men and women enjoy nighttime. Yet these 304s behave like someone doing charity. Flat Earth denier. I agree with Pearl. If each person disregards having to worry about if their needs are being met, then that leaves them with more time. Again, that's my point. It's the mindset to focus on their partner's needs being met. Action out of selflessness instead of selfishness. Rob, huge shout out to all of you. I've been watching this channel for 6 months and it's motivated me to go to the gym. So far, I have lost 50 pounds. Let's do the super
That's
chat.
a good one. That's a 50 pounds. Amazing. Amazing.
No more whales.
Don't be fat.
No more whales. M and J do everything. MLD, it's not you, it's them. Truly, from the last night, she hesitated about the intimacy as a choice, so pick someone you're actually attracted to and fulfill your duties. Geraldo Murillo, when people love each other, the sex will be free. Oh, I already read that one.
It was wrong the last time as well.
Okay, I have one more quest I want to find. Sorry, guys. Women, there's one more super chat. Women cheat emotionally, men cheat physically. Posting provocative photos of yourself is obviously for attention driven by emotion. With that being said, how often do women cheat? Yeah, if we consider women accepting attention from other men cheating, how often do women cheat?
All the time. Daily. Most women, a lot of women. So I agree with that statement. It's true. Women love attention. This is what I'm saying. I can't stand women that just thrive off attention all the time. Like, it just does something to attention these days is like crack. Like, I've seen some women do the maddest things for attention. I'm just thinking, what is it about attention?
Like what?
Clout is a hell of a drug for him.
No, tell me what. What have
I'm
you
just
seen?
seeing I've seen friends, missuses they just want to go out so bad, but they've not got money, so then they're stealing stuff out the drawers to try and sell it so they can get money to go out, and they just just the stuff they post and the things they do, and I just think, why are you so addicted? You do anything you can to go out just so you can get attention from men. Try and dress the women are wearing less and less and less and less because they want attention. Yeah. So some women will wear something and well, she's getting attention. Let me take off even more clothes, and it's not even the good attention because these men would. Let me tell you something, women, just so you can get it into your head. You will get a lot of attention off men if you dress like whores. because we see you like that. So we might sleep with you, but we're not going to marry you. Yeah. Get this into your head. They don't understand it. They think, yeah, well, these men want me. Yeah, they do. But are they going to marry you? Does any man look at a woman, yeah, half naked and think, oh, I bet she's going to be a good mum. Right? You want to marry someone. Anyway. You want to marry someone that if your daughter wants to be like, if you want happy for your daughter to be like them, then you know, why would I want my daughter just like that? So if you just like that,
I want to add on to that, and I think it's because, and Pearl, I want you to add if you think I'm wrong or right, but I think it's because a lot of these girls, they were never really loved by their dad. Because when you have that love from your father at a young age, you feel so secure in yourself that you don't need to like post half naked photos on Instagram. Because all the girls that I know came from like well-adjusted households, which are very rare, well-adjusted households where they respect their father, and their father was always there. Because remember, a woman's first masculine love in her life is her father. And if that love is tainted, you know, so is she.
So true.
And I think right now, when you have women initiating 78% of all divorces in America, kicking the father out, and does the wife sit around and be like, you know what, your dad was so great, but I had to kick him out. She's like, no, your dad was an asshole. Your dad abandoned you. And she, from a young age, is being trauma dumped on by her mother. And then she has this negative outlook about males for the rest of her life, which leads her to be this insufferable cat lady that Kevin Samuels was dunking on. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Right now, when you have all these modern women who hate modern men, who are the majority of modern men being raised by, men or women? When the majority of households are single mother households.
It's true.
Right? Mm-hmm. You know? Do you disagree that like a woman, because you know you love your dad and everything, do you feel like you still need to go out there and get attention and take off your clothes and all that?
No, I don't like wearing crazy stuff. But no, I mean, I just think like, I think a lot of children have not really been raised by either of their parents, because even if they have a mother in the house, she is working, and daycare and the state spends more time with children than the parents do. The average parent spends 30 minutes a day. How often does the kid spend on their phone? How often does the kid at school? So the school and TikTok is having more influence on your kid than you are. So now we have all these children that are being raised by the culture and not the family.
So true.
That is very true.
Yeah, and that's what they want and then if you really want to get into it, the Rockefellers wanted that shit from the get-go.
I know what you're going to say, but it's so true, boy. I know what you're going to say. They do these things and promote it to make break up the families, because then they can raise the kids to be to the slaves that they need them to be. You can't put your worldview on them. Now you're going to teach a kid that you can chop off your dick and you can be a girl and this and that because the mothers are not there, your dads are not there. Now, who's raising the kids? The state's raising the kids, and then they're putting in their filthy, dirty ideology into your children, and you don't have no say over it. Not in my house, but no chance.
And let me add on to this. So, how do I agree with Kit yesterday? Never met that man, and now Ty here, never met this man before in my life.
We have some based men on the show.
Are we like, we have like a patriarchy conspiracy network that we're all like, hey bro, you ready to oppress these women, bro? You're ready to like shame them?
You know what kind of red pilled me? I was reading the writings of women like 150 years ago about marriage and like what they looked for in a husband, and they literally were writing about how like you can't trust your feelings, like that won't be a really fulfilling long-term relationship. And they were like, always listen to your husband. He is the head of the household. Like, they basically said that arguing is the woman's fault, because if you tell your if you think of it as an employee-boss relationship, if you tell your employee something and they start arguing with you, that's the employee's fault, not the boss. But I was like, that's not normal. It's always like you got to compromise, but it's not. True. You're not supposed to do that. That's not what it. Yeah,
it's like women will listen to the boss.
That's not what a real traditional like marriage is. If you look back at it,
the problem is that marriage is it's not fit for purpose in the current state of things in the culture, you know, because the state of the culture now means that marriage as it was is fatally challenged because people just don't want to behave in that way anymore, and it's a real insolvable problem unless either we go back to the 1950s or we try and we try and find another way through, but it's very difficult.
I think women these days think that they have a big thing about no one can't tell me what to do. I do it because I want it, but really if a man's telling you something, if it's your husband, it is only going to tell you for your own good. Now, that doesn't mean you're his slave. It just means you're his wife and you respect him. You think this is the man that I want to lead our family and raise my kids and help me raise my kids. If he tells you something, he's not going to be telling you. He only has your best interest at heart. And I think, like, now women are like, you can't tell him. Like, do you know how many of my friends are like, my missus is going to go to Marbella or Ibiza? I says, what? Yeah. Well, I can't really say nothing because I said, what? I was with my ex on and off for like 7. She wouldn't even ask. She wouldn't even enter. It wouldn't even enter her head. Your missus shouldn't even want to go to them places. First of all, she wouldn't even ask me, and that's not me being controlling. I just have standards.
You mean going with her girlfriends? You mean?
Yeah, going with her girlfriend. Yeah, going with her friends on a girl's holiday. Right. It would never happen, and it's not even. And it's
haram. Haram is motherfucker.
And they'll twist it like, oh, you're controlling. You can't tell her what to do. Well, like, I don't tell her what to do. If you want to go, go. But I'm not going to be. You're not coming back to my house.
Yeah, but it's like we have wives that don't see a problem with that. Like, we have full-grown wives that do not see a problem with going out to the bar with their friends, with going out to the club, where they think it's normal.
Yeah, and
I've been crazy thing.
I've been saying this for a while.
Set the standard.
I've been saying this for a while now, and it's kind of like it's a little bit of a dark position, but you're having a generation of women who don't know how to lead and maintain and keep a relationship, raising women with those same broken standards. So it's kind of like what the church says, like the generational curse. You know, you have the blind leading the blind at this point. And if there's not a big thing to step in, because if you look at the direct statistics, whatever fancy name you want to put on it, of the single mother household, it is detrimental to society, single mother households. It's not a dig on women, right? But I was raised in a single mother household, and I had to do so much work and so much therapy and so much self-development. I paid hundreds of $1,000s in self-development stuff to get to where I am. And I had to have the discipline and desire to go through this stuff and realize, like, hey, you're not doing things the way you should be doing them, and you need to change. A lot of people don't want to confront themselves. A lot of people don't want to accept the fact that you're incompetent at this time and you need to become more competent. And you're having this situation right now in the West exclusively. And look at the state of the West. You can say all this shit like, oh, these conservative values are blah, 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 and this and that. But are you happy with the society you're living in? Do you think the society that you're living in right now is trending in the right direction? Do you guys, Western society?
I live in Dubai, so I'm good.
Do you know what's crazy though? What they think is that modern developments and technology is more important than family.
Yeah.
And if you talk to people on the left, they literally think this. They're like, well, we're living longer than ever before. Well, you know, we have a higher, standard of living than ever before. But it's like we have the most broken families that we have ever had.
Nothing in this world.
Yeah, absolutely.
We live in a society of like we have a bunch of women that were not raised by wives.
Yeah.
Because to add to your point, right? Because I'm another one of those raised by a single mother situations, right? And if it wasn't for the fact that I took the time to understand psychology of myself, psychology of people, psychology of just human beings in general.
Yeah, I majored in psychology to figure out why I was so fucked up.
I didn't major in psychology, but I went through the same route of like, you have to go through these things to try and figure out why you're so fucked up. So like, now that I have an understanding of myself and why some of the tics that I have them, it's hard not to see the beginning stage. You know what I mean? So it's hard not to like look at the situation that you're in and understand why that you do this thing, and then not once you understand why you do it, that not be the thing that pops up in your head all the time. So it's like to put it in context, your mom comes home in a single parent household and she's always angry when she gets home every single day, right? From work, she comes back and she's angry and she's pissed off and she screams and she shouts at everyone. Now, when you get to that age, you subconsciously start doing the same things. You come home, you're upset at work, you start screaming at everyone else, you start doing the same way your mom did it. And it only takes of you realizing that probably the reason that you're doing it the same way your mom did it is because that is what you're used to seeing. And understanding that part of your psychology and getting away from that is the number one step. But that also is the hardest step because people don't want to take it because you have to do some self like reflection and you have to look at the dark sides of yourself that you don't want to see.
I think the way in which...
Guys, we had a super chat I'm going to read really quick. I'm MLD's mom. Woo!
Is that actual mom?
Wow, bring the family in.
And let me just say this, Ephesians 5:22, wives are commanded to submit to their husbands as they would to Christ and to show them respect. Often overlooked is that men are equally obligated. Husbands are told to love their wives as Christ loved the church.
This is true.
With humility and sacrifice, as if caring for their own bodies.
Jesus, how much did she send?
She sent $500.
Damn!
Wow.
You know,
Wow. That's a pay packet.
MLD's mom.
She's a good Christian woman, you know, and that's, you know, like going back to the principles of things coming together. Like, she's an old school traditional woman, and she chose the path of like trying to do the modern woman thing and saw it didn't pay off. You know, she was like the Amish, where you like go, you like try out the sinning, you're like, really, this doesn't work. She came back, and you know, when she was 27, she completely rededicated her life to Christ. Nice. And you know, she's my, you know, the great thing too is like if you have a good relationship as a man with your mother, run every woman you date past your mom. Because your mom loves the shit out of you. And she'd be like, this girl's hoe, get her out. Because, you know, your mom will
we know the tricks. It's
like, they can see the crazy in the other girls. You know what I mean?
I've met you before.
I don't know. My mother disapproved of every girl I brought back, so I don't know that's necessarily.
But with all due respect,
are you still with those girls?
With all due respect, you're going through a divorce right now. So like, was mom correct?
She didn't get to meet her, but she passed away a while ago. But I look back on those choices. What do you think, Mum? She's like, no, she's going to put a child first. She's got a child already. No, it's okay.
She's right about that, though, because when you date a single mother, listen, look, in this world, look, a woman will die for her children. Literally die. Nobody like, what's the number one law of the jungle, right? Never get between a mother and her cubs. Mm-hmm. And women will put their children, women will go into debt. Women will fucking scam somebody to get the money to take care of their children because their children is number one. You know what I mean? So if you're a man entering a situation when you're going to date a woman that has children, you are going to have to mentally prepare to know that, like, I'm just not going to be number one. Like, it's in her DNA to prioritize the children.
Yeah, I have a child myself.
Yeah.
Even I couldn't be with someone that had a child.
I just
mine's
think...
for the simple fact. Mine might be for a slightly different reason. Mine's for the simple fact is there's no way on God's green earth am I spending more time with someone else's kid than my own. And naturally, if there's a single parent, she's gonna have the kid the majority of the time. And I'm not snaking my son. Like, the children are innocent. All children are beautiful. I love children. But when it comes to like me having to spend more time with your child than my own, I just feel like I would personally feel as a bad dad. So I've got nothing against single mums. I think being a mother is the greatest thing you can do in this world.
Absolutely.
However, that's the reason why I personally couldn't just marry someone that's already got kids, because I'm not spending more time with your kid than my own. No way, it's not happening.
It's just hard. It's just hard.
I've dated.
What is the solution though? Because the problem is, right, that previously society kind of kept everything in check, all right, and now it's kind of open season, isn't it? Because it's like anybody can do it.
Wait, I have it. Okay?
You got the solution?
I have all the solutions. Our number one, ban divorce.
Yes.
We're going to ban abortion. Yep. Also, ban birth control while we're at it, you know. I know the men are like, no, don't go that far. They're like,
damn.
Would you an endure? That's the key thing, isn't it?
Listen, there's a great book by a man named Cameron Haynes. You know what the name of that book is? Endure. It is a great book. Fantastic book.
That's bad news for you. That should be the name of your book. That's bad news for you, man.
You see, you see how you said that, obviously, the antidote would be to ban divorce, yeah? But in extreme cases, because I do see this happen a lot for women, where they'll try, but then the men might be beating them up and stuff like this. Like, because sometimes there's a lot of pieces of shit out there. Any man that coming in and putting your hand on your wife, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And luckily none of my friends are like that. If I saw any of my friends going home and beating the missus, I'd put my hands on them. I don't agree with that. Especially the mother of your children. You're a sick individual. Even if she's hitting you, it's not an excuse. But so if they're in a situation where if they're in a situation where they're getting beat,
how hard did she hit him? You know what I mean?
It's different. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if I was
girls like grab a chair.
Now this is different.
Getting hit and hitting back are two different things. You don't have to hit back. Like, you can restrain a woman if she's acting mad.
Don't get me wrong. If I was out somewhere, maybe at a bar or something, and a girl randomly punched me in my face, would I slap her back? Maybe. But that's different. I think if you know this woman, you have love.